Welcome everybody and welcome to a live broadcast from the very center of Prague to introduce the 24 new incubees of our 2025 batch. It's great you are watching from all over the world. We are here in Prague together with my co-host Caelestinus. Hello Caelestinus, I hope you do a good job. I like when Caelestinus remains silent and doesn't interfere with the pitches that you are going to hear. I say pitches, but I mean introductions of the 24 incubees from all over the world who are among those watching us right now, eager to present in 1 minute what they are after in the world of health, tech and medtech. It's my pleasure, I'm Thomas, it's my pleasure to be your host today. Welcome all of you who are sitting in Caelestinus in Prague right now, and a big clap to you that you actually exchanged the wonderful weather for this show where me and Caelestinus are going to entertain you. But don't despair, we have 24 great teams that will change the future of healthcare, and shortly we'll get down to real business. So thank you again for being here, guys. It's the 4th year that Caelestinus is running its incubation program, so it's 4 years, and each year it's getting better and better. I'm amazed at the quality of you guys, the teams that have applied, went through our difficult interviews and made it to the opening that is happening right now, right here in Prague, as well as online. It's my pleasure also to thanks to our partners, those that make Caelestinus possible, which is InterSystems, which is the Institute of Clinical and Experimental Medicine in Prague, Insane Business Ideas, and the Faculty of Biomedical Engineering of the Czech Technical University in Prague. But that's not all. Of course, we have a whole network of partners, of hospitals, of pharma companies, of VC funds, investors, and all enablers that each year are enlarging the pool of Caelestinus supporters. So thank you guys. Without you, we wouldn't be as successful as we've been over the past 4 years. Well, I think that the best thing to do is to invite now our partners to say hello and maybe explain a little bit of what to expect in Caelestinus, and also to show you the foundations on which this program is built. So first of all, I'd like to play you a video message from Martin Richard Macek of the Hospitaller Order of St. John of God, who provided the very foundation for Caelestinus, as you will soon discover.
Vážené dámy, vážení pánové, velice mě těší, že vás mohu pozdravit při zahájení projektu Caelestinus. Celestin Opic byl milosrdný bratr, který roku 1846 právě v dnešní nemocnici na Františku provedl svou první narkózu, pomohl člověku, pomohl ženě, která strčila ruce do mandlu, a pomohl jí tak od bolesti. On vlastně celý svůj život se zabýval tím, jak pomáhat lidem kolem sebe, aby nemuseli tak trpět, aby měli méně bolesti. Já vždycky uvádím, když mluvím o Celestinu Opicovi, tak vždycky říkám, jak mi bylo i předáváno od starších bratřích, někteří z nich i anestezii podávali, už bohužel zemřeli, ale někteří ještě na Františku, nemocnici na Františku tu anestezii podávali, tak říkali, no on to nejdřív tu anestezii zkoušel na zvířatech, potom na spolubratřích a pak teprve na pacientech. Jestli to tak opravdu bylo, nevím, ale každopádně ta jeho snaha odstranit bolest, možná v dnešní době více, jak si dokážeme představit, nebo jak jsme si dokázali představit, ještě aktuální. Chtěl, aby lidi, když něčím trpí, tak aby málo trpěli. On vlastně nebyl možná znáte i jeho životopis, ale nebyl lékařem vystudovaným a ta jeho touha byla opravdu pomoci každému druhému z nás. Takovou malou odbočku, my jsme i z toho důvodu založili před asi 13 lety udílení ceny Celestina Oubice, kde chceme upozornit na lidi, kteří jakýmkoliv způsobem v jakýkoliv oblastech právě tu pomoc druhému poskytují. A věřte, to je dneska tak široké téma a tak otevřené, že nad rámec volného času, nad rámec svých povinností spousta lidí tuto pomoc poskytuje, aniž bychom o tom měli ani tušení, aniž bychom věděli. Ale zpátky k vašemu projektu. Myslím si, že vzniká, a věřím tomu pevně, že vznikne něco naprosto unikátního, nového, nadnárodního, mezinárodního, kde ta péče člověku, který potřebuje pomoci, který je v jiné situaci, než se nacházíme my, jak říká náš otec Jan, jak se dělíme na ty, kteří jsou nemocní a na ty, kteří to ještě tu diagnozu neznají. Je to trošku nadsázka toho, že každý můžeme čekat, že nás někdy nějaká těžkost, nějaká nemoc, anebo cokoliv postihne. A máme spolu zodpovědnost za každého druhého z nás. Já sám, když jsem se rozhodoval o vstup do řádu milosrdných bratří, tak musím se přiznat, že jsem nejvíc tíhnul k řádu matce Tereze. Mám dodnes ve velké úctě tento řád a samotnou matku Terezu. Ale pak shodou okolností jsem potkal bratry zde v Brně, kteří už ve vysokém důchodovém věku pomáhali druhým. No a postupně, jak jsem tady pobýval víc času a vstoupil do řádu, tak jsem zjišťoval, jak oni i v dobách komunismu, v dobách velmi nestandardní, kdy bylo těžké pomáhat a vlastní nemocnice, přesto pomáhali druhým. Pořád přemýšleli, jakým způsobem přistupovat druhému. Jak jsem říkal i na začátku, dnešní doba nás navádí do situace, na kterou nejsme zvyklí, jak pomáhat těm, kteří jsou ve válce, jak pomáhat těm, kteří trpí, kteří musí utíkat ze země pronásledované agresorem a kteří jsou vyhnáni. To nám přináší doba a tento projekt, věřím, že přinese do oblasti medicíny anebo případně kamkoliv jinam novou dimenzi, novou formu pomoci. Chtěl bych vás ujistit, že se za vás, za všechny a vůbec za tento celý projekt, že se za to modlíme, že na vás všechny myslíme v modlitbách, aby byl co možná nejefektivnější, teď nemyslím v tom finančním slova smyslu, ale v tom smyslu pomoci, aby dosáhl co nejširším slova smyslu na lidi, kteří to potřebují, a abyste to dělali s láskou a s radostí, ale ostatně si myslím, že jinak byste asi do tohoto projektu nešli. Takže všechno dobré, a jak svatý Jan z Boha říkal, tak tím chci i skončit. Dělejme dobro a dělejme ho dobře.
So do good and do it well is also the motto of Caelestinus. I think it's about the only incubation program with a blessing from God. And I think that is also one of the reasons that our past incubees have been successful in raising investment, making new clients, contracts, and growing all around the world. But another key partner and one of the co-initiators of Caelestinus is InterSystems. And InterSystems is a key component, key piece in the puzzle of our success and your future success. And why startups like you are important for InterSystems, I don't know. I can't tell you, because there is someone much better, and that's the guy in charge of support of startup projects like yours globally, Dean Andrews. And it's my pleasure to have Dean on the line and say hello to you guys. Dean, nice to see you again.
Great to see you, Thomas. Thank you very much for the intro. As you said, this is our 4th year doing this. I want to thank you, Thomas, the whole Caelestinus team. I want to thank all of the partners. It's been just an amazing experience so far, and we're very, very excited about this year. To the startups, I want to say at the outset that you should be proud that you are here because as Thomas said, the caliber and the quality of the startups that have applied to this startup incubator each year has gotten better and better and better. And there were over 80 startups that applied this year. And so we really had to select among a great group of startups. And you made it. So be very proud of what you've already accomplished. The second thing I want to say is that from the experience we've had over these last few years, I can quite confidently tell you that this incubator is a real opportunity for you. There are many great learnings and progress that you can have in this next few months. So my message to you is simply take advantage of this opportunity. Thomas asked what startups mean to InterSystems, and they mean quite a great deal to InterSystems. We at InterSystems fully believe in startup innovation. We try to use our technology, our expertise, and our global resources in order to accelerate startup innovation. We believe that much of the innovation in healthcare will actually stem from startups. And so we support that all we can, and it comes all the way back to the beginning for us at InterSystems because several decades ago, InterSystems was a startup. And it had the great fortune, it had great mentors, it had great partners, and it grew into the global technology stakeholder for healthcare that it is today. I won't drag this out. There's a lot to do today in this kickoff, but I wanted to, again, thank you, startups, for participating, tell you you are in great hands. Again, we know from experience that this is a great incubator. We're always looking to improve, so please do collect your feedback on how we can improve as you go through, but enjoy it, and we cannot wait to see what you build. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dean, for being with us online and being the first guy from InterSystems to welcome you, our dearest Celestini. That's get used to it. That's what you'll be called, Celestini. There is a Celestinus, that's singular, and you are one of the Celestini. So from now on, you can call yourself Celestinus. And at least you know the story, why Celestinus. Of course, we told you it's about, being among the stars of startup, in the celestial spheres of success and growth. But now you know the real story. There was actually a first health tech hero that had the determination to serve patient by doing a surgery with anesthesia. So that was for us a big inspiration, and I hope you'll walk the path of health tech innovation and medtech innovation in Celestina's footsteps. So that's the real story. You are among the few Celestini. We had, of course, the graduates or incubes of preceding 3 years, and you are now part of that group, which is not true. You have not graduated yet. You have not pitched. You have not showed the final demo, which will be happening in 4 months in June, but actually the 1st of July to be precise. But you are now Celestini. Congratulations. And what you didn't know, I haven't told any one of you during our interviews, but Celestinus started at a hackathon in a hospital in Prague, and it was a result of conversation I had with Evgeny. And it's my pleasure to welcome Evgeny now. Hello, Evgeny.
Oh, hi everyone. I can see myself, unfortunately, on the TV, but not in person this year. And kind of envy to those who are in person in Prague now. Hi everyone. It's great that we're doing this again, and actually it was very. As Dean mentioned, and Tomasz, you gave us a hard time this year and every year that it's very difficult to select only 20 plus startups out of many amazing startups that applied this year to Caelestinus incubation. I want to share a few sentimental words, because first of all, I'm sentimental, and second, somebody should be sentimental. I believe that first of all, it's so you are so brave. I refer now to startups who applied and joined Caelestinus this year. You are so brave teams to apply, to go in innovation path with digital health, because it's maybe the most complex topic all around. So it's very difficult, and as you know, as we all know, you cannot do this alone. So we believe in partnership, and that's why we also created Caelestinus to unite amazing partners from first of all from hospitals that kindly agreed, hospitals and clinics that kindly agreed to welcome your innovations and arrange pilots. From pharma, from like Novartis and AstraZeneca, thank you, and venture capital firms, and us InterSystems, so that we hope that our experience, experience of partners, can help you. We call it like Incubator, but we hope this effort, the joint effort in the next 4 months, will help you to accelerate your path to the market, to help you solve a lot of challenges that you will face especially in digital health and innovation path, like with certification, regulation, then understanding market, arranging B2B connections, and all these complex problems that are related to human lives and saving human lives, and having our wonderful lives last longer. I wish you. My only wish that this next month will be helpful for you in Caelestinus. So we hope we will all bring you value, and this will be, hopefully, we know that through previous years there will be a lot of fun. So yeah, of course. With this, so let it be Caelestinus 2025. Welcome.
Evgeny, thanks for your fine words, and I still remember our conversation after the hackathon that we should do something for the talented teams to take their idea further and explore whether there exists a market in the real life in hospitals for their hacks, and that's how Caelestinus 4 years ago happened to come into existence, so to speak. Right, so Caelestinus, as Evgeny said, is about digital health, digital medicine, and so you need technologies for that. You need solutions and platforms that send your ones and zeros to the right databases in the right clouds or on-prem, as you will learn more and more in healthcare when it's really sensitive sometimes to send around data. But anyway, together with InterSystems, which provides the technology that powers more than 1 billion patient data around the world, we also have the pleasure for the first year to have Amazon Web Services as one of our partners. And I'd like to invite FHIR to join me in welcoming the 2025 batch.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having us. And first, I just really want to say congratulations to everyone. I know this was a very competitive program to get into. And on behalf of AWS, we're really excited to get to meet a few of you, learn about what you're doing, and see how we can support. I'm sure everybody understands and knows sort of what AWS is, so I won't go into the details of that. But I'm here to tell you about our team that specializes in the industry and maybe share a couple of, quick sort of resources and ways that you can think about how we can support you all as you're going through the program and beyond. So at AWS, we actually have a dedicated team, not only to startups, but also to healthcare life sciences startups. And so that's the team that I'm on. Everybody comes from industry, comes from the startup world. So, we say we're sort of in recovery here at AWS, but we're a bunch of MDs, PhDs, typically former investors, entrepreneurs, founders. So I hope that, through that lens, we can be better supporters of what you're doing because we've been through that journey ourselves before. And so, I think as you're thinking about how AWS can support, there's going to be a few workshops, right, to talk about, the different ways we can do so. Of course, I think the more obvious is on the technology side, right, given that this is so focused on digital health, and with all the new technologies, right, including AI, ML, and generative AI being, at the forefront of what we're doing. Those are certainly areas where we can lean in and help support you. But we also can talk about business, right? How can AWS and broader Amazon, be a business partner to you all? How can we support go-to-market efforts? How can we think about co-selling, co-marketing, and creating that better together story so that it's win-win for everyone? Again, congratulations to everyone. We're excited to be able to work with you all. And I'm excited to kind of learn about what you all are doing.
Thank you, Ian, for the great message for our startups that they can enjoy the support of the Amazon universe, not just from the data perspective, but also from the business perspective, including experience of your great team. So also I can't wait to get started, and thanks for tuning in for our opening today. Our next partner that I'd like to invite to join us in welcoming our 2025 batch of Incubis is Cinzia Gussoni from Novartis. Cinzia has been a long-time supporter, and it's great to have Novartis on board to provide you some insight on the needs of a large international pharma company. So, hello, Cinzia.
Ciao, Tomasz, and hello, everyone. Sorry not to be with you this year. Maybe I'll leave you a bit more space to sit in the room so you can be comfortable. Hey, everyone, I think you got more congratulations now than probably your birthday or your wedding. So I will add myself in welcoming to this batch. My name is Cinzia Gussoni. I work for Novartis, a global pharma company, and I look after innovation and capability development over a cluster of 34 countries. Really, some important information is what are we interested in and where can I help, hopefully. So we are actually very focused in terms of therapeutic area. So we are focusing on oncology, neurology and immunology, and cardiorenal metabolic. So if you have a solution which is close to this therapeutic area, this is where the conversation will be the most juicy ones. So I will be happy to hear from you. Exactly as Tomasz said, I'm happy to share with you challenges that we have been already collecting or not collecting in the geography I cover, which is Southeastern, Central Europe, and Russia. And at the same time, I had the pleasure to work with multiple startup or already established company for implementing healthcare solutions for outpatients or hospital care. So I'm happy to challenge you in a very positive way, but also share some insights that may be available on my desk. It's important I share what I cannot help you with. So to set expectation as a very transparent Italian. So I cannot promise you any pilot. I know last year there were a lot of companies who were keen on running a pilot. It takes a while to get a pilot agreed and established, and it must be very carefully evaluated and match an existing prioritized challenge. So I can really not sign off for any pilot. If we are lucky, we will identify some, but I cannot unfortunately commit. And then I cannot really act as your Tinder. So last year I had a lot of people who asked me, can you put me in contact with this or this person? That's not exactly what I would be able to do at best. But certainly I will be delighted also during our detailed workshop together to share any insights about available challenges and how your solution could help patients and healthcare provider. Enough for me, so I spoke very fast like usual. Welcome once more on board. Tomasz, back to you.
Thank you, Cinzia. It's nice to see you again, supporting global innovation with Caelestinus. Right, so our success, or I would say attractiveness for you also is based on our ability to put you in touch with the places where your ideas, your innovation is needed most, and that's the hospitals or institutions and organizations where people get better and where lives are saved. And I'd like to invite a representative of such an institution and a hospital, the Faculty Hospital of University in Hradec Králové here in the Czech Republic, Jirka, Jiří Mošna, and please, it's great to have you physically present on stage in our broadcast in Prague. Jirka, it's nice to see you again.
Pleasure to see you again. I'd like to introduce with a couple of slides our hospital. I think the thing that you would like to know about the hospital that you might consider a cooperation with is, if you put the next slide, the size. We are in quite considerable place with regard to the catchment area of our hospital and surrounding towns and villages. So it's around 1 million inhabitants. We are one of the biggest hospitals in the regional thinking, not in the centers, but as a regional hospital, we still have a lot of beds, a lot of outpatients visits, as you can see. We hospitalize thousands of patients inside our premises, and what we can provide, if in case we find something that would join your interest and our interest, it's around or less than 3,000 health professionals working with us. We have 27 clinics. Most of them are really highly specialized, so we can find a lot of common topics, but we'll see. Then we have some specialized institutes, and you can see our financial turnaround. So this might move somewhere here. These are our, well, maybe this slide, it helps you understand why we are so important a regional hospital, because we are one of the few places in Czech Republic, at least we are the only ones, but I believe it's quite special place as well around the globe, that we are surrounded with universities and specialized faculties on medicine, on pharmacy, on military medical sciences, on general science, on natural sciences, on informatics and management. So we are kind of in a quite growing area with fully integrated environment that supports us. Yeah. This is just for you maybe to check some of the best areas that we like to cooperate with or in with you. Those are the main research areas that we do our research for ourselves. So that's the place where our scientists and researchers are best to be found. Now, yeah, one of the things that we were talking about, or that was one of the topics on the slide before, that we work in the field of advanced diagnostics, and maybe there are places where we could be cooperating with you as well. We mainly orient on personalized medicine, molecular biology and genetics, some omics, not only proteomics, and also we are now trying to work harder and better in the field of using machine processing of our data inside the hospital. Yeah. Now, as I said at the beginning, we might interest you. That's one of the first steps that we like to find out. And the second step is we need to interest the counterparts for you. So we need to find someone in our hospital that would be interested in working with you. And that's the effort that we expect from you. And we cannot promise anything from our side. But if you find someone that is interested in working with you, we probably will not be able to do the whole cooperation inside the time frame of Caelestinus one run. But maybe after the run is over, then we might go on cooperating as we do with the previous Caelestinis. And that's about it. We'll probably make a special workshop for people that are interested in cooperating with us, and we'll try to find ways how to cooperate with you. Thank you, and enjoy it.
Okay, thank you. The mic, if you could maybe pass to the guys in the back. Thank you. It's great to have the University Hospital in Hradec to be our supporters again. And as Jirka highlighted, the goal of the incubation program, which runs for a bare 4 months, is to get you connected, to find your pilot opportunities. So, of course, the pilots take longer, lots of effort, data, and you need time for the piloting, but use Caelestinus to identify a pilot opportunity, because most of you depend on partners in hospitals so that you can then get on with your certification efforts, etc. So you need science. We can fix you with the right physicians, surgeons, scientists. And I'm so happy. It's not just traditional outpatient clinics with traditional fields, but we also have something special for you this year. And for the first time, we have a partner clinic, FHIR, that specializes in mental health and mental fitness. And as Natalia, whom I'd like to invite to introduce FHIR, might indicate, this clinic, let's hope you don't need the services too far, because there is a lot of stress and a lot of mental energy you are about to put into making it in digital medicine around the world. So Natalia, it's my pleasure to see you, hear you again, and thank you again for being our partners for 2025 batch from Cyprus, as I understand.
So the clinic is in Malta, so it's a little bit mistake here, but thank you for introduction, for inviting me here. So I'm really appreciate that I'm could provide something helpful to the startups, as my clinic was also a startup a few years ago. So first of all, I will briefly introduce myself. So my background is cell biology and genetics, and I did my PhD in neuroscience. And then after academia, I switched to the startup world. and switch to the business. So I work in longevity and aging industry, but like my main interest is mental health. So the thing that what we are doing right now is we created the residential clinic where we provide the accommodation also for a week, and we focus on mental issues such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, burnout, stable addictions, like all this wide focus. And we provide the ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. We got like the first like authorization from the government of Malta to use the ketamine-assisted psychotherapy even for burnouts, because like these usages of the ketamine usually limited with many things. It's usually needs to be with like 2 trials of the like antidepressants and only for treatment-resistant depression in most of the countries. So what we provide is like these wide options of the medical indications. And I really believe in the ketamine plus psychotherapy. So it's not like the magic pill or magic drug, of course. And like we provide the full support with medical assessment, psychiatric assessment, the full preparation, psychotherapy integration, like all of this setting. We have the program, people come to us for a week to Malta clinic, and we have 3 weeks before of online preparation and 3 weeks after online integration. So the thing is that as I came from the genetics and molecular biology background, I'm really passionate about the biomarkers. And I'm really interested in something how we could measure their mental health more like objectively, because right now like all the mental health like assessments and metrics are only psychiatric assessments, questionnaires, and most of the times is subjective a bit. So yeah, we are open for different types of partnerships, collaborations. So we are not a big clinics, don't expect from us there like tons of the patients and clients, but like what is good side of us as we are residential clinic, we can also track something else like sleep or behavior or like whatever. So yeah, and like as I'm like also was a startup or founder like a few years ago from scratch, like I know like all the difficulties with fundraising, product development, marketing, whatever. So also feel free to reach me out for like any mentoring or like any like advices. So yeah, this is briefly about the FHIR and myself.
Thank you, Natalia. Sending my hellos to Malta, and I'm so excited that we can deal with the mental issues, maybe also of running a startup. And it's great that you can provide your ideas and share your experience with building a startup in the healthcare arena. So thank you, Natalia, for being on board this year. And we have one more clinic representative to say hello, which is none other than Gil Levy from Asuta Ashdod Hospital in Israel. So Gil, it's nice to have you and to have you back.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to participate in such an exciting event. And again, welcome to all the new participants and new motivated startups. We are a hospital in Israel that is digitally oriented with a very large variety of data sets. We are a public hospital. And since day one, we are almost a paperless hospital. So our data sets are very reliable and accurate. We develop a platform that will allow sharing our data with startup companies, institutions, or any medical researchers that require large data sets to validate or to refine their proof of concept or technology. So what we can provide to you, it is a anonymized medical data that is provided in a secure virtual research room with all the analytics and epidemiological tools to allow you to analyze and research your technology using real data from the hospital, whether it's going to be laboratory, pathology, imaging studies, or electronic medical records, whatever you require in order to either do a pilot, either do a validation or proof of concept of your technology. So we did that with previous Caelestinus startups, and we'll be happy to provide the services to you guys and help you succeed and push your technologies forward. So I sent on the chat a website. It's called the Asuta Sandbox. You can go into that website, see a little bit about what we do, get impression of a protocol and catalog of the data that we have, and feel free to communicate with me at any time, and we'll be very happy to assist and help you with this amazing adventures that you are going to start now. Good luck.
Thank you, Gil, for providing the sandbox opportunity for our startups. It's, as you all know, as we all know, healthcare data, patient data is the diamonds that are hard to get in trying to build a health tech, medtech or digital health startup. It's something that where you make sure that your solution really works. Well, that's been hello from our partners. We tried to pick a selection of our supporters so that you get a feel of where you can reach for help, for data, for advice, for experience, for information technology support. And now it's time maybe to introduce a few faces of our incubation program. So who are people behind Caelestinus you'll be communicating with on a daily basis, and I'd like to introduce some of the faces. You already met our mascot, Caelestinus, and he's tired. He's very red-eyed. He doesn't move much. You know, it's pretty exhausting for him, as you can see. But we have a strong team that is the opposite of Caelestinus. It's very alive, very actionable, very down to business, very straightforward. And let me introduce the team a little bit. So first, I'd like to invite Irina Baskova, who has been running our masterminds sessions in Caelestinus and is all about finding you the right Celestini to share experience with, and she'll be organizing mastermind sessions again. Hello, Irina.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, we can see you, and I can't wait for your encouraging message for our 2025 badge.
Could you please give me permission to share the screen?
But I'm not the real boss. It's probably Peter, and we will reveal him later on, who can give permissions. And before we share the screen, any quick thoughts from last year, from the sessions you were running, organizing, holding in Caelestinus?
Okay. So what do I have for you? This is me, and that's why actually I'm here, and I'm going to navigate you through the community, and hope we will build good connections here. So I act in different roles in my usual life as an investor, as an investment manager, as a mentor. So I hope my expertise will help you a bit. What do? We set up masterminds, and why? Because we know that most of Y Combinator alumni, they say that 60% of value come from founders. So that's why we do this communication. And our goal is to support you and to help you to support each other. And that was really cool last year's, how this year gonna be also great. So we're gonna exchange contacts and share experience, and maybe we'll build a couple friendships. That will be also great. We've got several like 2-3 good partnerships and friendships in the last batch. So we will meet once a month. We'll track goals, and we will roast your business, and we'll help you case by case. So it's an opportunity to go a little bit deep into your business. What we discuss everything that is around the business. So most of startups care about fundraising, brands, product. So, and even hiring and the team and whatever. So we actually talk as friends and as experts also. So all of you have an expertise and experience to share, I'm sure. So that usually works really well. Here are several results from the last program. So as you can see, we set up a lot of pilots, and our community members, they bring a lot. And they bring more connections, more investors, more clients on board, and that's actually why we meet. And we will have bonuses for this activity. We're going to have awards with special prizes, more interests, and participation in the mastermind will bring you wide recognition and around the program, and not only in the program, but between our partners and the other startups. So this was a short intro about our community activities. I will tell you more when we meet. So see you in April, if I remember right. So welcome.
Thanks, Irina, for a sort of outline what to expect. And I agree that peer-to-peer learning and sharing is one of the best rated part of Caelestinus program from last year. It's thanks to you and the way you design it. So you can really expect great sharing, meetings, and meeting new people. We even had like startups that were born by merging teams that were part of Caelestinus. So anything can happen. Be ready for the unexpected, and thanks, Irina, for making this possible again. Next part of Caelestinus, and one of the goals, is to prepare you for a strong investor pitch when you are after your next investment round, and you want to attract additional investment and money. We have a number of VCs as our partners, and each year the pool of top VCs has been growing, who are really interested in what you are going to build. And we also have, as a member of our team, a VC practitioner from Tensor Ventures, Jan Faflik, and I'd like to ask Jan to say a few words about what to expect.
Hey guys, I couldn't be there physically today because I'm at Stanford campus in Palo Alto, but I'm going to be the one helping you with fundraising and VC advice during the Caelestinus program. My day job is I work at Tensor Ventures, and I'm Jan. So nice to meet you all.
Okay, time is money. Clearly, that's the maxim that Jan follows, and you should too. And again, we had great experience from working with Jan, and you can spend one-on-one time with Jan helping you to devise the best investment and funding strategy. And then I should not forget Vita Tsareva, who is our girl in InterSystems. So if you want anything related with InterSystems, technology, people, product, whatever, any help, she is our channel, and we are so glad to have Vita on board. By the way, a number of you are called Vita. You have her name in your startup's name, so that already speaks volumes. Vita, hello again.
Hi everyone. I'm so happy to see you all here. As Tomasz already said, my name is Vita and I coordinate InterSystems Startup Program. And here at Caelestinus, I will be your main point of contact from InterSystems. I will help you to navigate through the program, help you to get access to our technology and connect with our experts. My goal here is to ensure you have everything you need to explore how our technology can support your startup and to provide you with the best possible resources to accelerate your growth. So if you have any questions or you need help throughout the program, whether about InterSystems, our technology, or anything else, please feel free to reach out and I would be happy to help you. Wishing you a productive and inspiring journey here at Caelestinus and look forward to working with you all.
Thank you, Vita, for being on board since the very beginning of Caelestinus, and we are so grateful to be with us on our Caelestinus team, because there will be a lot of interaction with the systems. From understanding the technology, meeting the people, and building your product so that they succeed in global world. Thank you. And as the last guy is, of course, the guy who, in a way, runs everything that is behind the curtains, all the Discord channels, all the meetings, makes sure that everyone knows what to do, turn up on time. So he does the heavy lifting here, and it's my pleasure to invite Peter from our Prague office here, who runs the incubation program, to say hello or whatever message you have for our new incubees.
Hello everyone, it's lovely seeing you here in Prague office of Caelestinus, and it's great to see really a lot of people in the Zoom call. It's my privilege to be here with all the partners. You already heard a number of people that will walk you through your development of your startup. And I'm really happy them and also you startups are in this batch, because I really feel that it will be a great story that will be written. And it's great to go last in the row, because I can exclude all of the things that Irina, Jan or Vita said, and with all of the remaining stuff, I'll be the point of contact for you. So in case you have anything urgent, you will always find me in Discord, and I'll be really looking forward to be collaborating with you in the next 3 months. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Peter. And thanks again for your energy, enthusiasm, and sleepless nights to get it up and running. And I hope you'll still look as good as now in 4 months' time after the next batch we send off to the world. But thanks again.
We'll see, and we'll see after party today. So
okay. Fine. Yes, you've heard it. We try to keep this a secret, but there is a tiny after party here in Prague physically, but still there is enough time for you to jump on your private jet and join us in in an hour, in an hour and a half, okay, for that little party. And of course, you could grab one of those cool C star t-shirts here in Prague. Okay, so you've been a great audience. I can't hear any booing. I can hear, but the applause, I can hear that even over the distance. So we'll give you some idea as to what to expect this year. So this is Caelestinus in a nutshell. So there is 24 of you. You know, there's been strategy like for every hour of a day, we invite a startup. So that's 24 startups which run 24/7, 365. No. It's only we try to accommodate as many as possible. And we received almost 100 applications before the deadline. We received more after the deadline. And still we had tough interviews, tough decision making, whom to invite. And really you are among those 20 out of 100 that made it. So that's already a huge success. And every year the amount of applicants has been growing. So we probably have to invite artificial intelligence to help us evaluate applications next year, because it looks, I'm not sure whether it's geometric or exponential, we'll see next year. Right, it's quite surprising. Let's go back one slide. How do I do it? Like this. So again, the country with highest number of applications is the United States, but that's on a par with the UK. So we have a strong presence. Half of our 2025 Incubees come from the US or the UK, UC. Then Czech Republic and Singapore, there'll be 3 teams, 2 from Spain, and then Israel, Netherlands, Sultanate of Oman and Portugal have 1 team, so that's a big club. It's a truly global incubator. So we have multiple time zones, and Prague is a convenient location to run such an incubation program, because we have some people from the East Coast, some people from Singapore, so let's meet in the middle. That's why also we run it from here. And Europe is now the continent with the highest number of teams, and it just looks that North America together with UK is half of Caelestinus. The other half is the rest of the world. So it's a great setup, it's truly a global one. During mastermind sessions, you will get the chance to learn from experience from different markets, different continents, and that's also how we designed our incubation program. Right, so let's move on. I think Discord, well, it's not like disagreement. Disagreement is fine, it's a basis of innovation. Discord is the communication channel where everything happens. So make sure you jump on Discord. I'll show you the QR code if you don't have one. So you just scan the code, get the app, find the Caelestinus server via the code, and you have to wait for permission. So Peter will give you permission to join this, and then make yourself comfortable. As we are a virtual only program, Discord is our platform, and you need to be on Discord all the time. That's where all the announcements, all the workshop, all the events will be taking place. Right, so now maybe what to expect from Caelestinus, from our program. We have 5 areas that are of interest for you, and we know this because we have been running the program for the past 3 years, and we fine-tuned it according to the needs of you, of our startups, of our incubees. So first area is interoperability. Some of you may not know what that means, but it is the absolute fundament, the absolute base of making sure that your digital health solution work in any environment, that they connect to hospitals around the world, to healthcare providers, for all the ecosystem players. As data plays a key role in your startups, interoperability is key to your global success, because every region of the world, every continent, every country, when we speak about the European Union, has different setup, different market conditions, and even though these tend to gradually get the same interfaces, it takes time, and you should be the first to get ready to be ahead of your competitors. So be it FHIR, be it European Health Data Space, you'll be the first one to know, and you learn from the experts so that you are ready for a market where data flows freely. Another key area is pilots and collaboration. I already spoke about it, and as you have seen, we have heard representatives of a general faculty hospital, of a specialized hospital, mental health, of another one that provides a sandbox for you to play with the data and pilot your solutions. So it's a key goal of our program to make you connected, to get you connected with the right organizations that can help you with patient data and with mentorship from real-life hospitals. Then fundraising support. Most of you are either looking currently for investments or will be soon looking for additional investment rounds, and so that's why we have VC, a top VC directly on our team in Caelestinus to be in touch with you to make sure you are in great shape for that investor pitch. And of course, sharing is caring, and as you become Celestini, it is expected of you to share what you've learned on your journey, and also that means that it's a quid pro quo, so you will learn from those that are further on their journey to success. So we have, I think, about 3 student teams, and one of those is sitting here in Prague. Thank you guys, that really just did great at the hackathon and have some first idea. And also we have more mature companies that already are past multiple investment rounds, and we hope that the interaction, the sharing between project startups that are on a different path, different point in their journey, is something that Caelestinus is unique in and will help you grow and also get some fresh ideas. Then we have a number of enablers. We call it enablers, meaning technologies, mentorship, everything at your disposal. So there'll be lots of access you get to intersystem technology. You'll be allowed to play with it. You'll meet mentors who explain and help you implement it, integrate. We have Amazon Web Services. We have a number of other mentors and partners that will make sure that you succeed. And this is, in fact, the 5th reason, the people behind Caelestinus. So if you check our website, caelestinus.tech, you'll find tens of top physicians, clinicians, technology mentors, investors, and past startup builders. We have a number of people that have gone through Caelestinus program, and I'm so happy they continue to be with us as our mentors. So that's the 5 things that we really focus on in our incubation program. It's all virtual, so of course, if you happen to come to Prague, pop into this office. Do you guys like this place here?
Sure.
Well, one does like it. No, I mean, really, give me some audio inspiration. Do you like it here, guys? Yeah. So it's always open for you here in the very center of Prague. What's ahead is 3 months of networking for you. So I suggest you check the website for some people, and then a Discord for events that are organized on a weekly basis. So we have roughly 2 events every week, which are happening online. There'll be recordings, and in order to follow what's going on, I suggest you integrate Caelestinus timeline with your calendar. It's in the past, this is the best strategy to make sure you don't miss anything, and you plan ahead to be online when the things are happening. We also have a public calendar. You'll find all the events in Discord under events, and there'll be also a YouTube channel where the recordings are stored for replay. As I said, there'll be roughly 2 weekly events happening on Zoom. All the links, all the invite are on Discord and will be also sent to your calendars via email. The very next event is happening tomorrow, so this is a really quick start. There is no time to lose. Tomorrow we do an orientation event that will walk you through everything that's going to happen in Caelestinus, and we'll have Dean Andrews, myself and Peter will give you some outline what's going to happen. There'll be some time also for questions, so Q&A. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central European Time or 9 a.m. Standard Eastern Time for our broadcast. Now this is an appetizer for you. We will do the final demo on the 1st of July. So this is when Caelestinus 2025 will end. You'll give a demo, and some of you will be attending InterSystems Global Summit 2025. So save the date on June 22nd till 25 in Orlando, Florida. That will be your opportunity to shine and impress audience of InterSystems and their partners, including investors, including physicians. And I can tell you these summits are just amazing. And some of you will get the invite based on how your incubation goes. This is to give you some idea how it looks. So it's like thousands of people, and you'll get the opportunity to pitch, to be on such a picture where you can see our Celestini at the Global Summit. And of course, what we didn't show you is the photos with your swimming trunks, taking a dip in the pool or the ocean, or the fun and networking that go with it. And I tell you, it's worth it. In case you need anything, you already saw Peter, who is your first point of contact for Caelestinus, and Vita for anything related to InterSystems. And I think that about covered all the opening remarks and information related to the program. Now I suggest you get ready for your pitch, because each one of you, our 24 new startups, will in 10 minutes will show up and deliver your short introduction and pitch. And so I suggest you take a break, put on a great t-shirt or suit or whatever, because we'll be back in 10 minutes, which is 4:20 Central European Time. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back in 10 minutes time. Welcome back, guys. It's now finally time for you to introduce yourself to the rest of the world as Caelestini 2025. And we have over 20 teams. It's really important. I have to ask you to please be strict on time. Just explain what you do, what you are after, what's your magic. Introduce yourself in under 2 minutes time. There'll be no room for lots of questions. I might ask you something based on what you show, but this should last 1 hour maximum, all of you. So please watch the time. We want to go through all our incubes in time. And we start alphabetically. So the first team. Sorry, I need to approach the camera. Okay, so there is a change. It's not going to be alphabetically. We have one guy who needs to go first because he needs to run. And okay, we are nice people. We, even though there is a system, we are very asystematic. We don't have issues with breaking systems down. So it's my pleasure now to invite Dimitri, who will go first and pitch his startup.
Yeah, I appreciate being able to put me earlier. I'm attending a huge conference and I have a meeting scheduled, so thanks. Unlock Biology is building the models to predict what happens to the cells after you do some perturbations to them, like small molecules, transcription factors, antibodies, CRISPR, etc. So after we build this technology, we'll be able to produce
Dimitri,
huge amounts of virtual
we need the right slide, Dimitri. We need the right slides. We don't have your slides. I don't see your slides, so if we can wait a bit.
Okay.
Because
I think it was the right one, but I can share from my screen. Or maybe some of my colleagues could share the slides.
Unlock Biology, I think that's correct. We have your slides, so you can go now.
Cool.
Hit it.
So to put it shortly, we are building the models which predict what happens to the cell after you do something to the cell. And the current most immediate application is improvement for cell therapy manufacturing. So cell therapies are at the forefront of immunotherapies. They use reprogramming the patient's cells to attack cancer and eventually for autoimmune diseases too. And there are huge problems with the scalability, reliability, the cost of manufacturing, and the eventual quality of the cells. So our platform allows to produce huge amounts of virtual experiments and check them in wet labs to improve the quality of eventual cells. And the core technology is in transforming the static data into dynamic format. So most of the data in biology is snapshots at specific point of time. And we use RNA velocity developed at Harvard Medical School to transform the existing static data sets into dynamic format to feed the large scale models to be able to predict the effects of unseen perturbations. My co-founder was on the Harvard Medical School team that developed the initial technology. My other co-founder has been in generative AI since 2017, but it was not called generative AI. And my other co-founder previously led a Berkeley-backed immunology startup. So we're quite packed with expertise in bioinformatics, models, and machine learning. And we are raising the pre-seed and finalizing getting the first pilot around cell therapies for solid tumors. That's it. Very excited to be the part of this accelerator. Good luck, everyone. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Dimitri. Maybe you can tell me, how did you get into the cell therapy business? Because was it your childhood thing? You know, did you see a cell under the microscope and you said, I want to change the world in this area? Well, so that was a question that makes you freeze, because You have to think really hard what to answer. That was unexpected. But before...
excuse me, I'm sorry. I think I dropped out. Yeah, I'm returning. So I think that I never had a good biology teacher. So one Soviet nonfiction book influenced me a lot in terms of potential of this progress, but I myself have the background mostly mathematics, machine learning, and software engineering. And I think that meeting my co-founder 2 years ago was a huge development in my understanding of the potential of artificial intelligence for biology. And we are very skeptical about the current capabilities of the system, but we are very excited about what will be possible very soon. So we looked at multiple different applications and we're trying to find where the current generations of models, which are pretty bad compared to what we would like to have, would still be able to build the results. So like the eventual project is flight to Jupiter scale, but we believe that self-therapy manufacturing is one of the starlinks on this path to building a huge thing.
Thank you, Dimitri. I get the feeling that no matter who anybody asks you, you manage to put your pitch in the answer, whatever that is. And that is a great skill. And I wish you good luck in our incubation. And we'll be moving on to Blum Health Agile Path. I'm sure we will find the right slide, and when we see it, I'd like to ask a representative to give us a really short introduction to Agile Path.
Hi, thank you very much. Pleasure to be here today. And effectively, Bloom Health is a digital software organization. We support the NHS with NHS-ready software out of the box, so clinically compliant, solving NHS problems through the use of digital software. Agile Path is quite bespoke to cancer therapy. So cancer in the UK costs the NHS a substantial amount of money, and lost cancer samples cost the NHS in excess of 150 million per annum. This is probably due to retesting. So a large proportion of that cost is probably due to retesting, due to samples going missing. Again, allowing the patient to become more anxious when they have to go through surgery again. Not only that, it's incorrect receipting, transcription errors, as little as handwriting problems can cause a lot of frustration when that sample goes into the lab, because the lab technician won't be able to read what's being tested. We've sort of digitized this whole solution from surgeon to lab to LIMS, where the surgeon can request or tell the lab which cancer is being tested, and we test for 22 different cancers within Agile Path. And what that does is you could choose for biopsy and choose it to go through a certain referral pathway, and you can link that into a certain lab that is associated to your hospital trust. And the solution was made to reduce complexity and risk when transferring diagnostic requests in the cancer pathway, allowing faster diagnosis within cancer, which improves turnaround time, improves clinical audit, and also improves patient recovery, because we all know on a global scale that when cancer is caught early, it's more treatable in the long run. So this is Agile Path, and it's an absolute pleasure to be part of the incubation.
Thank you, Jamshid, for your pitch and introduction. As you know, every third person will encounter cancer in their lives, and this is going to get worse. And I'm so happy you are on to this. So maybe my question to you would be, why did you decide to tackle cancer and digitize or make more efficient a process between a physician and a lab, and speeding the whole diagnosis funnel?
Just because we've seen the frustrations. Our chief executive officer is a clinician by background, and often he is often frustrated by labs or samples going missing during, A&E transport all the way to labs, and the patient then have to spend more time in hospital, which causes more stress for a clinician, which then causes more stress for a lab to sort of speed up that process. But we all know from a government mandate, cancer is quite a big thing in the UK, and there's certain mandates that are out there that, there's certain screening procedures, such as men over 50 go for prostate cancer screening, but also women as young as 40 going for their breast cancer screening, because we've seen the impact of cancer not only locally but internationally. We thought that this is a great solution to develop and scale because of our commitment to ongoing healthcare.
Well, thank you. Scale, I hope it will, and welcome to Caelestinus 2025. Next, we are moving to Claim Kit. So, Claim Kit, are you online? Can you hear us? Because we'd love to hear you.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Osama Latrash, and I'm co-founder and the CEO of Claim Kit. Claim Kit is established to solve and help healthcare providers overcome a very crucial and old problem, actually, which is losing a lot of money due to rejections in the health insurance claims. And these rejections keep getting worse and worse and worse. And we do that by reducing the rejection rates by using AI to enhance the doctor notes from the doctor level to be compliant with the insurance company's policies, guidelines, agreements. So it goes down. Actually, the range of rejections ranges between 20 to 25%. And we are operational actually in the MENA region, and we currently have a couple of clients in the MENA region, and we've met numerous hospitals across the globe, actually from Europe, from Southeast Asia, and we have a lot of interest, and we've discovered that it's a global issue. Actually, it's not only a regional issue. We have an amazing team that is building this. Our CTO is actually classified as top 2% artificial intelligence researchers globally by Stanford University. We are really trying to employ AI not only in the background, but also in the foreground of the medical sector by automating the RCM processes, or the revenue control management processes within hospitals, to enhance the cash flow of the hospital and increase the approval rates of the claims, which will actually eventually satisfy both patients and healthcare providers. We're currently closing our pre-seed round at $500,000 US, and we also always would like to say practice medicine, not paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you, Osama. Practice medicine, not paperwork. I think that holds globally, and I think that Caelestinus and the current teams that come from all around the world will provide you with so valuable feedback on how the claims policies work in other markets apart from MENA. So thank you. It's a pleasure to have you on board, and let's start tomorrow. Right, next we have CTRL Robotics. So, well, judging by your t-shirt, I think we found the right guy.
You did. Hi, my name's Steve. I'm from Control Robotics. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present our company and tell you a little bit more about us. We're focused on the interoperability problem within robotics, specifically in hospitals. Hospitals are, constant operations, 24/7, moving tens of thousands of items a day, from meals to prescription medication to lab samples to waste, laundry, all those items. We're focused on using robotics to streamline and improve the operations of all hospitals around the world over the next few decades, I suppose. We've been focusing on building the technology that's missing to help robots get in and out of elevators through smart doors, to be completely compliant and secure for all the different types of medications that they're transporting. And we've been building our technology out for the last 3 years. Last year, we hit some significant milestones. We made over 100,000 deliveries. We have more than 20 active robots in the field. We've delivered over 500,000 medical doses to patients. and we traveled over 20,000 kilometers and saved our customers over 10,000 hours. These are just the initial savings that we're presenting. We're starting with just the very fundamentals of the hospital operations. But in all of our sites that we've been active in, we've saved up to 70%, in some cases 95% of the delivery time has been lowered by using robots and automation to effectively help with patient outcomes and operations of the hospital. We've been doing the very basics in the beginning, just streamlining processes. And the next version of control, and what we're going to be working on next, is to empower our systems to be run by AI agents so that we can further optimize and improve the delivery of these tens of thousands of items from multiple departments daily to be orchestrated by agents. And effectively, the machines can help to fill the rising labor challenges across the entire sector and the industry, and to provide better outcomes for patients and lower the costs of hospital operations.
Thank you, Stephen. As you know, robots are favorites of mine. I had this project where robots wrote a theater play a few years back, and it was performed by humans. So my question to you, I love what you do, robots, and the question is, do you think that there'll be robot surgeons, nurses, and then gradually we'll see just robots running hospitals and taking care of us humans? Or what are your thoughts on the future?
I think that there are two types of work that exist. There's the meaningful, important work, and then there's the somewhat meaningless, process-driven, work that we do in the healthcare space. I believe that we'll always have doctors and we'll always have nurses because people will always want to be looked after by people. But for boxes to move from A to B and for the floors to clean themselves and for items and packages to get to the departments and the patients that need them, these are jobs that can be done by trolleys that drive themselves. And I think that we'll be focusing more on the human touch and what humans can do and add value to the process of recovery, as opposed to the meaningless tasks that can be done and automated today at a fraction of the cost. The savings that we can bring from the bottom up can help to lower the general cost of healthcare, across the world. And if we can get, just those items to those patients just a little bit faster every day, we can help to get people recovering a little bit faster every day.
That's a great answer. Thank you, Stephen, and welcome to Caelestinus 2025. Next in line awaits to be revealed is the Darwinist. Hello, we can see you, but we can't hear you. Is there a chance? No, it's fine.
Does that work now?
Yes, it's working perfectly.
Thanks very much, everybody, for the time. I'm just on my way back from Rewired at the NEC. I think a lot of you have been there. Definitely see some familiar names. So basically, me and my co-founder Scott, we got together about 8 months ago, and we decided that we needed something really, really challenging. And so we were like, hey, let's go and do healthcare technology. Our strategy has been just to learn it really, really hard. And we're still continuing to learn healthcare technology and learn who are the major players. And now we're starting to see two real themes we've got two main themes that we're starting to focus on. The first theme is within the NHS, we've seen that nearly every hospital has like a 1 year to 18-month backlog for new technologies to get into the hospital. Why is that? Why are the IT teams struggling to onboard these new technologies? Often the IT teams within the hospital are not even stakeholders in the procurement of new technologies. And we're looking at the reasons why this is happening and how we can help to speed up the delivery of new technologies like yourselves into hospital environments. And InterSystems is a massive part of that, right? Secondary to that, my mum's currently in the hospital and she's got a very, very complicated chronic care situation. She's got very, very long-term epilepsy, and she keeps landing in the accident and emergency in the ER. And I've just seen it firsthand. The clinician, she arrives in the emergency room, and the clinicians are confronted with pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of notes, and they've got no time to dig through these notes to work out what's going on with her case. And this is solved by AI nowadays. Like, this is something we're all using ChatGPT. Alongside being the masters of integration, we want to become the masters of integrating AI. And we think the most important use case for that is going to be patient record summary. In order to enable that, we need to generate a longitudinal patient record that can be fed into an AI reliably. We need to work out what data needs to be put in, what needs to be omitted. And that's what we're working on. And that's why we're part of this incubator, part of 2025 Caelestinus. I still can't pronounce it. We're still refining what we're doing. Again, we're only 8 months in, but these are the two core themes that we're looking at: is how to enable patient record summary and how to speed up the adoption of new technologies into healthcare.
Thank you, Andrew. It's great that you found time to be with us, even while traveling. And maybe my question is, why healthcare? Why this specific case that you are tackling? What initially identified this within your sphere of potential, interest?
I mean, it was my mum in hospital, right? And chronic care is really hard. Like, it's just hard. Like, when I've been through acute care in the NHS, and it's insanely well. It's if you're on a well-tuned pathway within the NHS, it's incredibly good. It's very, very well done. But chronic care sucks everywhere, right? Because the amount of data that clinicians have to digest to be able to get to the root cause of a problem within a reasonable time frame, it's just insane. If you're a patient and you are having a chronic condition and you're having lots and lots of comorbidities, it's nearly impossible to get good quality care now. That's not really the fault of the system. It's just the insane data environment. And AI can solve that. And I've seen it firsthand with my mum. It's a huge problem. And if we can solve patient record summaries, so at the point of care, clinicians can see at a glance, within 300, 400 words, what's happening with this patient, they'll be able to make effective decisions. I've seen it. I've seen my mum in hospital, and I've seen the clinicians struggle to get a grip on her case. And that's what got us both into healthcare technology. I've been working in high performance computing into scientific computing for about 15 years, and so it was a fairly I wouldn't say easy. Healthcare technology it's an insane environment, but it's very, very challenging, and that's what both me and my co-founder Scott are looking for is a good challenge.
Andrew, let's hope that AI gets implemented in hospitals with your help as soon as possible, because chronic disease, it's about chronos, it's about time, and you stand a good chance to speed it up. Thank you for being part of Caelestinus.
Thank you very much.
Next, we'll be again breaking the system of alphabetical order, because we have an urgent request from SynchroLab to appear next among our incubees. So SynchroLab, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can't see you, but I'm sure we will shortly.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Peter, by the way, for squeezing me here. I'm Alfonso. I'm the co-founder of SynchroLab. I'm trying to solve is the high cost of mental health. As you probably many of you know, the high cost of mental health, because of economics, because of the medication side effects, because of the time and energy going to the therapist, has a high cost, and this is resulting in a lot of people not receiving the adequate treatment or not treatment at all. So basically, we have developed a digital pharma. We call ourselves digital pharma, since we have developed a prescription digital therapeutics platform to treat patients remotely based on AI and video games. we say we have obtained a CE mark Class 2A for our DSD prescription, making us one of the first companies in Europe in mental health care obtaining it. But we have other prescriptions in the pipeline. So basically, what we are trying to do is to give a mobile, evidence-based, with no side effect, personalized and cost-efficient treatment for mental health care. And as I think Natalia Boroyeva said before, well, we also want to do the mental health care a little bit more modern, let's say, and trying to measure the outcomes of mental health care. We are scaling up since now we have been selling in a B2B2C model, and now we are pivoting with a CE mark. We are pivoting to a B2B model. I'm very happy to be here and to give all or to add to with all our experience in this field.
Thank you, Alfonso, for being part of 2025 batch. I may be already undergoing your treatment with video games. I'm not sure if it's the right games, but we'll find out during incubation. Thanks for being with us. I'd like now to cut back to here, to Prague, to our Caelestinus office, because next team, DataRx, are the very recent winners of European Healthcare Hackathon 2025, Team DataRx. So,
thank you. We are DataRx. We are a group, or I guess I should say a trio, of students from Novi Porg High School here in Prague. And our problem and the solution was actually born 11 days ago in the Hack Health Hackathon. The problem was that certain medical devices were unable to distribute data to the physicians effectively. They only had a video output and there was no way to automatically read the data. So our solution for this was to obtain the video feed and use image recognition to extract the data programmatically from these images and then send them to the proper systems for processing, statistics, and any sort of internal use cases. Yeah.
So it was great. I saw the hack, the performance, and the demo at eCam on Sunday. So are you willing actually to give it a serious chance to build a global startup? Are you ready maybe to change your idea and pivot or pilot or look elsewhere? Given your obligations with completing your studies also, do you think you'll be able to combine these things?
Well, it's definitely something to consider. For the meantime, we plan on finishing the product as a whole and working with eChem, the hospital where we made it. However, it's something to consider, seeing as we're students and we still have to finish our studies, and those two have to graduate this year. So.
Okay. But I saw how good you were, so I have no doubts that you'll manage to combine multiple tasks. So bravo again and welcome to Caelestinus 2025.
Thank you.
Okay, it's back online now for next team, and the team is Deep Medicine. Deep Medicine, do we have you online?
Hi, hello.
Hello, so what is Deep Medicine?
So Deep Medicine is the name of a company. We're really passionate about improving healthcare pathways and enabling healthcare teams to collaborate and coordinate care. So the UK health system, like any advanced healthcare system, is struggling. We're struggling with the management, particularly of patients with complex conditions and multimorbidities. And we think that we can improve this by improving workflows for clinical teams. How are we going to do this? We feel that we can improve the way teams coordinate their multidisciplinary team meetings, known as MDT meetings. My name's Majid Akram. I'm a clinician. I basically came to look for this solution because this is something that we've been struggling within various clinical teams within the UK health system. At the moment, data is everywhere. VMDT is the solution, so it allows data to be brought into a common combined workflow. We've used this in a population of 1 million patients, and the outputs of that proof of concept have shown us that by combining and improving the workflow for our clinical teams, we can improve productivity and remove waste from within the pathway. And in doing so, what that means is that patients end up receiving care in a more timely fashion, and we can optimize therapies for patients and reduce waiting times for them as well.
Well, great, Majid, for your pitch and introduction of deep medicine. What I like is that a physician like you actually does something. We have a number of initiatives that stem from IT guys, from the geeks who hope to change the way that people live and die. But I really appreciate that a practitioner, a clinician actually decides to go to discover this digital medicine area and tries to change the way, in your case, that multidisciplinary teams share information and cooperate. So that's a big bravo and respect. Welcome to Caelestinus 2025. Right, who's next? It's Dosium. Dosium, where are you? Are you
I'm here.
online? Yes, I can see you, hear you.
It is great to be part of the Incubator this year. I'm Elliot from Dosium. We are working on providing proactive clinical decision support software that helps clinicians get prescriptions right from the beginning. So unfortunately, the switch from paper-based prescribing to prescribing on computers has not helped reduce errors in prescriptions as much as people were hoping. There are still millions of prescribing errors every single year in England alone. And current existing CDS, clinical decision support solutions, focus on after-the-fact checks and reactive alerts. And this has resulted in alert fatigue and has simply not helped reduce medication errors. So you would think that when a doctor tries to prescribe something in hospital, that the system they're prescribing on could tell them what is the correct dose for my patient for the condition I'm treating. And they are still having to refer to external resources, perform manual calculations, which are very error prone, and then manually populate prescribing forms. And so what we do at Dosium is we pull patients' health information from their health record. We automate the entire prescribing process, doing all dose calculations based on the patient's information, dose adjustments, applying dose minima, maxima, and then we automatically populate the prescribing form. So, and not only do we tell you the correct dose for your patient, we also tell you the correct dose for the specific condition that you're looking to treat. So where does our prescribing data come from? We have been working with the British National Formulary for quite a few years. And we built out a data translation engine working very closely with them. And we've also built tools that allow hospitals to manually add their content to our system and then use our QA platform, which facilitates a multi-person review process and can then incorporate this data, structured data, to be used in our system and can then be shared between hospitals. And this results in far less duplication of data, standardization of care. And so currently we are live at St Mary's Hospital in London. We are going live at Chelsea Westminster on Monday, actually, followed by West Middlesex Hospital the following week. And data collection and analysis at St Mary's Hospital has shown that when touch dose is used, the Dosium solution, it results in a statistically significant reduction in error of 86%. This is an incredibly big reduction that we could not be more happy to have seen. And we are hoping to now expand our footprint across as many hospitals as possible so that as many patients as possible can benefit from such a leap forward in improvements in medication safety. We currently have integrations with Cerner and Epic using Smart on FHIR, and we're looking forward to working with InterSystems and any other EHRs to build out new integration partners using our FHIR APIs or Smart on FHIR. But yeah, great to be part of the intake. Really looking forward to meeting you all.
Thank you, Elliot. It's a pleasure to have you among Celestini this year. And I've been thinking about maybe some, I can't call it a clever or catchy marketing slogan, but based on what you presented, I think that prescription, if you want a good prescription, you need a good ascription and transcription. And you seem to be covering all those. I'm not sure if that works in English that good, but at least that's how I understood. Those are the problem, how to ascribe the right stuff to a patient and how to transcribe what already is and where elsewhere maybe in paper format, digitize it to get the right prescription. So good luck with that. And I can't wait for your solution maybe to cross the borders of the United Kingdom. So thanks again for being part. Right, so the next one, ELA Health. ELA Health, do we have you online?
Yes.
Hello. ELA Health, I remember the interview. It was one of the best pitches. Really, I have to highlight this again. It was great to listen to you in such a structured and smooth way. So ELA Health, please, if you could introduce to us within 1 or 2 minutes.
Thank you, yes. Hello, from ELA Health, I'm Veena.
And I'm Sai.
And we are the founding team of ELA Health. Our core values are education, literacy, and awareness, and we founded ELA Health in 2024 after noticing that virtually everyone in the US lacks a tool to educate themselves about health insurance at the moment of need. This problem affects patients as well as other sectors of the healthcare system.
Patients lose confidence in the healthcare system due to a lack of understanding and lose precious time on phone calls with insurance providers after the crucial moment for care has passed. This lowers health outcomes. Insurance companies incur costs when patients are unaware of wellness and preventative care and therefore are developing more complex or chronic diseases. Health workers such as doctors, nurses, and care coordinators lose valuable time filling patients' knowledge gaps when they could ideally empower even more patients with treatment or health solutions. Also, though the government enacts patient-centric policy initiatives, the general population is unaware of these.
It's clear that now is the time to combat inadequate healthcare insurance literacy. This problem affects a wide range of individuals on health insurance in the US, has detrimental effects on patients, and loses the economy billions of dollars each year. ELA Health's solution is to educate those with inadequate health insurance literacy. We will do this by creating an app that serves as a one-stop shop for individuals' health coverage. We want everyone to understand that health insurance information from an 18-year-old graduate to an 80-year-old retiree who lives in a rural town while educating users, our app serves as a tool for increasing efficiency and improving outcomes in the healthcare system.
We believe that our app's novel and integrative design will encourage users to learn on the go, helping us further our mission of making health insurance literacy accessible anytime, anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, ELA Health. Even myself, I'm interested in your product as someone who is visiting the US quite often, and I still have no idea about my insurance, non-insurance, but everybody tells me it's gonna be expensive if you have an issue in the US. So maybe you can also think about my use case when expanding your customer reach. But again, you are very early stage, but we love early stage teams of promising talent, and we think that you are onto something to build a great startup. So thank you for being a Celestinus this year. Next one, healthplus.ai. So by AI, it might be the case that we get an avatar appearing soon and delivering the AI-powered pitch, but maybe not. So do we have Health Plus AI online? Sorry, it's not Health Plus, it's Health Bridge AI. You know, we have Health Bridge AI and Health Plus AI, so I'm just a human. You know, next year, whoever will be facilitating the opening will be probably AI powered, but it's Health Bridge AI we are gonna hear now.
Hello, hi, thanks Thomas, and hello to everyone from the other side of the world. So I'm calling in from Southeast Asia. And yeah, really proud to be part of this incubator. I'm not sure if you can see my video. It looks like it's frozen there. So with HealthBridge AI, I'm the CEO and co-founder of our startup. And what we're doing is that we're solving for the problem of doctor burnout. So I'm a clinician. I'm a doctor myself for over 30 years. And this is a problem, my own problem that I'm solving as well, together with my co-founder, who's an AI expert. He studied AI in Paris Telecom, and also he was ex-chief data officer for Vingroup in Vietnam, which is the largest tech conglomerate in Vietnam, deploying AI apps to over 17 million users. So the main problem that we're solving for is that a lot of people don't realize that 50% of doctors suffer from burnout. And 1 in 4 doctors are actually considering leaving the profession because of it. And that's due to administrative burden. So what we've created is a product called Jarvis MD, which is a software product that is a speech-to-text transcription service. And as you most probably have heard of AI scribes, that's one part of what we do, but it's not the only part of what we do. So that part of the AI scribe will help with the time efficiency. On top of that, we also have doctors facing cognitive overload. It's impossible for humans to stay current with rapidly evolving clinical research, and that can impact patient care. So we actually have an AI clinical co-pilot that gives a doctor clinical recommendations based on the context of the patient that they've just seen, and gives them very personalized recommendations. And they can also ask the AI clinical co-pilot very complex questions, and they get a response with up-to-date evidence-based and grounded, non-hallucinated results as well that they can fact check. So great, yeah, great to be part of this this program. Really excited to work together with you all. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Nelson, for tuning in from that far, and I'm sure that Jarvis will make doctors' life easier and more worthwhile, whereby they'll be spending less time with administration and really using your co-pilot to deliver a great care to patients around the world. So it's a pleasure to have you among Celestini this year. And as I revealed unintentionally, or maybe on purpose, we have Health Plus AI online right now.
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Siri van der Meijden and I'm from Health Plus AI, where we tackle the problem of post-operative complications, and I mostly focus on post-operative infections, where we see that up to 1 in 5 patients get an infection after surgery. And currently the average time to diagnosis is day 7, which is a delayed diagnosis, which results in high mortality and morbidity rates and high costs per hospital per year. And that's why we have developed Periscope, where Periscope predicts the risk of post-operative infection and therefore supports clinicians in identifying who should receive additional monitoring or treatment, or who can be discharged sooner to home. And we use existing electronic health record data and are integrated into the patient and physician workflow, where we can predict with a high accuracy and adapt to a local hospital data and electronic health records. We're currently working towards our first implementations, customers in Europe, but also are planning to expand to the US soon, where we aim to support a 50% reduction in time to diagnosis and an annual 4 to 8 million cost saving per hospital per year. And happy to be here.
Well, Siri, thank you for that to-the-point introduction. I like the way that you identified a particular segment of post-operative complications, and it looks that you are on the right track. That's also invited you, offering a chance to expand, especially to the US, and you mentioned that may be the path that is on the horizon for you. It's really a pleasure to have you among Celestini this year. Thanks. Right, time waits for nobody. We still have quite a number of startups ahead of us. So far you've been a great audience. No one collapsed nor fell asleep here in Prague. It's a good sign. I hope you are enjoying the show. It's very intensive. We have roughly 11 or 12 ahead of us. So it's still, stay awake. There is more coming. Next one, Haim. It might be the case that the CEO is somewhere on board of a plane flying around the world. So unfortunately, she can't present Haim herself. But to be honest, it's quite interesting, and we think there is a promise in that particular approach of solving the waiting list problems for just seeing a physician. And so we have another United Kingdom originated startup that tackles the waiting list for seeing a physician, where 1 million people are waiting to be treated. So it's great to have such a solution that's already attracting first customers and growing really amazingly in the UK. Good. Next one, InTouch Family. So InTouch Family, it's another local startup. So it's my pleasure to invite Vasily to join me here on stage. Hello. It's great to have you here, and please tell us what InTouch Family is trying to solve. What kind of issue?
InTouch is a service for the sandwich generation. The the people 30, 40 plus that are struggling between taking care of the children and taking care of the aging parents. And what we realize is that this generation which is squeezed is having a very tough time taking care of their parents as much as they would like to. And what we are doing is we are offering a solution to help them connect better and take better care of their parents in addition to the work they already do. How do we do this? It's super simple. We call their aging parents every day, and we have conversation with them every day. And we do this in 90 countries in the world. And for this, we use artificial intelligence. And we have memory, we remember all the past conversations, we remember everything they tell us, and we tailor the conversation to their interest and the past conversation. And to help the family, we have an application where we actually analyze every single conversation, and we detect the mood of the parents, we detect what is important to them, what excites them, the problems they have, and then we communicate that to the family so that when they see a problem, they call and they already know what the problem is, or they already know what topic to talk to the parents about to bring them in a good mood. And also because, and I see some of the younger audience here, the younger audience also does not necessarily know how to connect to their grandparents because they don't talk the same language, they don't use the same technology. We actually allow to send messages like you do in WhatsApp to the grandparents, and what we do is we actually read them over the phone to the grandparents. They reply by phone, we transcribe them and send back to you. So we're actually also trying to reconnect cross-generation, something that we've completely lost in our current society. This is what InTouch is all about.
Thank you. So it's great to have you. Maybe my question, what was your motivation to tackle this need?
I was talking about sandwich generation. I'm the sandwich generation. I'm 40 plus. And I've been traveling the world for the last 40 years, I've lived in so many countries, and I left my parents in France, where I'm originally from, and then my dad died and my mother was alone, and I felt terribly guilty that when I was in Japan, I couldn't call her as often as I would because of the timeline. So I felt guilty that I was leaving her alone or not taking care enough of her. And that's because I'm from the Microsoft of the early days, always loved technology. So I said, okay, how can I use technology? And when AI came, I said, that's good. At Microsoft, I was doing telephone early technology. So I said, the phone, AI, great combination. For my mother, anything which is technology doesn't work. So just the phone. All she has to do is pick up the phone. And that's how I started, my mother. Unfortunately, now she's in the hospital. She can't use it anymore. But I use it with my aunt who has memory loss. And infinite patience of AI to talk to her. Reminder 20 times a week, take your medicine. And how are you doing today? And if she tells the same story 20 times, it does not matter.
Okay. Thank you again. You're very welcome. Thank you, Vasily, for being a part of Caelestinus 2025. If you happen to be in the Prague office, we have some drummers on the street. So I'm not sure if that gets to you across the internet, but it's like really trying to speed things up for us and set the rhythm for the remaining presentation. So we should have Yonda Health online.
Hi. So
hello.
Hi, hello from Singapore. So absolute pleasure to be here. We're really delighted to be part of this cohort. So I'll tell you a little bit about what we do. So at Yonda Health, we really imagine a world where health data speaks a common language, and no matter where it comes from. So in many cases, what we see with really critical medical information, it's still really stuck in PDFs, images, or outdated formats, which really makes it very costly and inefficient for individuals that are really trying to actually leverage this data. So what we do is we solve this by transforming scattered, unstructured medical data into something that's harmonized and machine readable using AI. So in some ways, you can think of us as the Swift for health data with the simplicity of Stripe. For other people, you can probably think of us as data plumbers because that's what we do to really enable intelligent healthcare, because we believe that when health data flows freely, healthcare really works better for everyone. I think everyone on this call has probably had some experience with stacks of paper or PDFs. And as a physician myself, I've really experienced a lot of this firsthand. So yeah, really excited to be part of the program and see what it brings.
Thanks, Suhina, for being with us and being part of Caelestinus 2025. Again, it looks to me that you are contributing to preventing physicians' burnout and being dragged down and tired thanks to paperwork, admin, messing around, playing around with PDFs, images, and it's great that a big focus of some of our incubees is in this direction, making lives of physicians easier. And what's more exciting, that the idea and the startup comes from a physician like you. So the problem, you actually live the problem, and it's a pleasure to have you in our cohort this year. Great. So that was Yonda Health. Next one to appear on our show is Nurture. Nurture. Do we have Nurture? Well, it reminds me of, I'm actually quite hungry, getting hungry.
From sunny California. So nice to see you
Yes,
today.
hello.
Thank you for having Nurture. I'm the co-founder and CEO. And Nurture is pioneering prevention of postpartum depression using AI and clinically validated protocols. We do this because 85% of women with postpartum depression are going undiagnosed and untreated, falling through the cracks for a variety of reasons. But today, postpartum depression is actually a misnomer. More than half of all cases are starting during pregnancy, which is why OBGYNs are the best positioned to catch this. But unfortunately, they're not mental health experts, and they really struggle to catch these cases in the short appointment windows that they have. Women are also missing about 40% of their postpartum checkups, meaning that we're not screening and we're not catching these cases in a reactive healthcare model. What we're doing that's truly innovative is using machine learning to predict this highly homogeneous form of postpartum depression, and using this to allow us to take a prediction angle with this population. So for the very first time, we are pioneering prevention by partnering with OBGYNs at the very first intake appointment to identify those high-risk patients and then onboard them into our scalable self-guided therapy that's based on a protocol proven to prevent more than half of all cases. We wrap this all up with something called collaborative care model, which is covered by health insurance in the United States and actually allows us to deploy a scalable behavioral healthcare team using existing CPT codes. We're very excited to be a part of this accelerator. We got our start while we were pursuing our graduate degrees at MIT, and we have an incredible team built of the leaders in the perinatal mental health space. I'm so excited to meet you guys, and thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you, Kirsten. Incredible team you had, but also a great idea to make mothers happy, and especially here in Europe, where people are the population is declining. We just want to prevent mothers from being depressed after giving birth. So it's great focus, and we are so happy to have you among our Celestini this year. Right, FHIR Health is the next on the menu.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, we can see you, hear you all. Great.
Hi, so nice to meet you all. My name is Gen Bendori, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of FHIR Health. We're very excited to be here and join this journey. We are a multidisciplinary team of a second-time entrepreneur, a medical doctor, and an AI expert dedicated to transform cancer prevention. I'll let you decide which one is which later on. At FHIR Health, we're tackling the challenge of health systems to identify, plan, manage, and monitor at-risk cancer patients. When we're talking about at-risk cancer patients, we're talking about asymptomatic, predisposed individuals that have increased chances to get cancer throughout their lifetime. We want to catch it early, we want to identify it early in order to prevent it. This significant problem leads today to 50% of cancer cases being diagnosed late, causing, of course, lower survival rates and increasing financial burdens. We are solving this overwhelming problem by building an integrative, all-in-one platform for at-risk patients and their care team. So our AI-driven platform assists in identification of the patients with cancer risks, generates a personalized care plan for them using multimodal data, and then manages and monitors at-risk population. All of this in order to assist to reach early diagnosis, better health outcomes, and efficiency. We are currently deployed in our beta platform in 2 Israeli hospitals, already showing great preliminary results. We're in discussions with health systems in the US for a design partnership for our market and exploring additional markets as well. We just started our seed round looking for investors to change the odds with us, so wish us luck. And that's us. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Chen. I'm thinking you are in the best company possible to find financing, investment, and people to help you expand to other hospitals and enter new markets. It looks that cancer, in a way, is another focus of 2025 incubation, because a number of teams seems to be tackling cancer. So I'm wishing you good luck, and it's a pleasure to have you among our Celestini. Right, OncoFlow. OncoFlow is a next startup.
Hi everyone. I'm Mariam, co-founder of OncoFlow. Really great to be here. So to start with our problem statement, approximately every 73 days, global medical knowledge doubles, but in cancer, human decision-making is currently stretched to its limits, costing us over $190 billion annually. And with 200 million new cancer cases every year, we face a critical challenge: scaling cancer expertise, medical expertise, without compromising on patient care. Now, at OncoFlow, our AI-powered platform replicates the decision-making of oncologists and oncology multidisciplinary teams, enabling personalized, evidence-based, and data-driven treatment planning. We have a validated product that we have refined and de-risked alongside the UK regulator for medical devices, the MHRA, to establish our influence as a pioneering AI medical device. We're currently in the process of piloting within the UK NHS and private centres with a focus on streamlining cancer pathways around treatment planning and personalised care delivery. Now, in the context of the UK, we're looking to introducing this into cancer multidisciplinary teams, or MDTs for short. And now, as Caelestinus brings in a new era of health tech innovation this year, we're very excited to collaborate with InterSystems and Caelestinus partners, investors, and leaders to join us in scaling OncoFlow to transform cancer care worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam, and thanks for the great to-the-point pitch. Again, I think you are in the best company. You only highlight my point about cancer somehow being the focus of a large part of Caelestinus this year. And I'm sure with our past Caelestinus and the support we get both from the US and Asia as well as Europe will help you grow, building connections at hospitals that we are working with. So excellent to have you here. I'm so excited that we have such a great team and startup on board. Thank you. Good. The next one to present will be Virgilent. And Virgilent, I'm sure should be here. Yes, hello again. And I think you have something different which we all loved, because it's also something you can touch, a piece of hardware, and a great, maybe you might also show what you have as we've seen during the pitch. But Virgilent, what is Virgilent? What are you working on? What are you tackling?
Yeah, so Virgilent is, we're working on chronic respiratory diseases. Chronic respiratory diseases are third leading cause of death worldwide, and they affect something like 600 million people globally. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to make quality care available to everyone who needs it in this space, because something like 30% of people with a chronic respiratory disease lack any access to care. So what we found when looking at this disease set, so we have a three-step goal: make quality care available to anyone who needs it, improve the outcomes for people who suffer with these diseases, and then discover the cures. So it's a pretty big mission that we're on, but we think it's achievable with the technology that's available today. So the first thing we did is we looked at the current standard of care, which is starting with a device like this, which was developed in the 1950s. This is a pressurized meter dose inhaler. The vast majority of patients who have chronic respiratory diseases, they use a pressurized meter dose inhaler to treat their symptoms. Problem is that less than 5% of the drug is inhaled. A lot of it is swallowed and a lot is stuck in the device. Second issue is that fewer than 40% of patients adhere to their care plan. So they're not taking their medicine when they should. They're not keeping records, so that their physicians lack the decision support that they need in order to adjust their care plan and to put the patient on a better path to health. And that results in millions and millions of emergency department visits here in the United States and around the world. So what we come up with is a smart inhaler. So it looks like this. Pop your medication canister into it, and we've engineered it so that we reduce by 70% the amount of medication that's swallowed. So right there, you're getting more medication to the lungs. You're reducing the treatment emergent side effects that come with a lot of these inhaled drugs. And you're helping the patient to better manage and better control their symptoms. The second thing we do is we connect it to a mobile app where the patient gets reminders, where they can hopefully improve their adherence to the medication intake. And that data is then sent to the cloud, where a care team can analyze and predict potential exacerbations and reach out with interventions before an emergency occurs. So taken in sum, we would then apply the power of big data analysis and AI to look for patterns in the data, extract the patterns, and look for potential new treatments and cures. So we've done a study at the University of Texas at Austin on the device, and the study was published in the Journal of Pharmaceutical Innovation. It showed a dramatic decrease in the amount of drug that was swallowed. We have partnered with the largest nonprofit that's involved in patient care here in the United States for chronic respiratory diseases. And we've gotten IRB approval from a major health system to conduct a study. So we're very excited to be a part of this cohort. InterSystems is a big player in the healthcare data space, specifically with their underpinnings of Epic, and we look forward to working with them to make the health system integration process a lot smoother and more strategically aligned with the issue that we see in health systems here, where the IT teams are very heavily overloaded, as was talked about by a previous startup. So very happy to be a part of this cohort. I look forward to working with everybody and learning more about the exciting ideas and innovations that have been shown.
Well, thank you, Jonathan. We are also excited to have you on board, and I hope when the next episode of an asthma attack that sometimes in August hits me, I'd really love to hold a Vigilant device in my hand. So let's hope that we can help you to make this happen really soon. Great to have you among our Celestini, and good luck. Next, we have Viri Health. And yes, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you again, Anton. So what's Viri Health?
Yeah, thanks, Tomasz. So first of all, obviously, thanks to Caelestinus and InterSystems to bring us all together. I'm a venture investor and serial health tech entrepreneur, focused on some of the pressing issues in healthcare. And right now is the most urgent issues in healthcare is mental health. We are living in a mental health crisis. So 1 in 5 adults struggles with mental illness, dementia rates are climbing. And when we look at diagnostics, the diagnostics are outdated, slow, just not good enough. And the treatments cost like a fortune. It's $80,000 a year. They come with serious side effects, like even lethal side effects. So there's a clear need for non-pharmacological treatments. And we, like Viri, we asked ourselves, what if mental health care was engaging, effective, and actually enjoyable? So that's why we built Viri Health. It's AI-powered VR-based therapy with award-winning content. We actually won BAFTA. BAFTA is a British award for content. So no pills, no invasive procedures, just science-backed immersive experience that actually work. And we actually have clinical data to prove that. And we didn't stop at treatment only. We have cognitive testing as well. It's faster, cheaper, more accurate than whatever we have right now. And that actually catches the early signs of dementia before it's too late to act. We partnered with Johnson & Johnson. We are JLab's residents in New York. We actually had already our initial sales. We're working now with businesses to bring this to market now. The tech is here, the science is here, and the need is only growing. So we are welcome this opportunity to join this cohort. And again, thanks to Caelestinus and their systems, we would like to together drive this transformation of healthcare further. And we are very excited to be working together. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Alan, for being among Celestini again with a new startup. I really admire your startup building abilities, and it's amazing that you manage every year to convince the jury to invite you in, because there is a track record behind you, and we think you are doing a great job, and we believe that virtual reality solution that you are building today can be connected to patient health data records and hospital information systems to improve the experience and efficacy of the treatment. So we are so excited to have you back again. Good luck and welcome to Caelestinus 2025.
Thank
we
you.
now have last 3 startups to go. So I know it's quite a information heavy session with 23 startups. You should know and understand what they are after. But don't worry, everything, all the slides, all the recording will be available afterwards for you to rewatch, and we'll send around the information on those startups that got the invite to join Caelestinus. Now let's go for the last 3 months. So first, Vita Innovations. Vita Innovations. Hello, we can see you and hear you.
Okay, great. Thanks for having me. I'm Longsha. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Vita Innovations. We offer data intelligence for emergency rooms to optimize their workflow and nursing efficiency. And especially in the US, what we're seeing across every ER in the US is a growing crisis where the demand for ER care has been constantly growing, but the supply has been falling short. And what we're really seeing is that it's a combination of financial unsustainability, nursing shortages, and the convergence of just sicker patients on average, and not enough time that we can spend for each patient. So what we offered and built is an advanced model that triages patients, takes around 5 minutes off any physician encounter with any single patient. And we do everything from automating their onboarding to triage to their constant assessments as they're in the ER or urgent care or any telehealth setting. We have 2 major design partnerships with US health systems and are deploying in Australia as well, and are really looking forward to working with Caelestinus and InterSystems on building Smart on FHIR API plugins for integrating into Epic, Athena, and other EHRs. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Longsha, for the great introduction. I like your focus on emergency rooms because time is of the essence, and if AI can speed up how fast and how well you can treat a patient in an emergency state is a great news for all the emergency departments worldwide. So it's great to have you here, and I'm sure you'll scale as hell, if I can use that simile, and thanks for being part of Caelestinus 2025. Next, we move on to Xaid. Xaid.
Hey,
Xaid. Hello.
Happy to hear you.
Yes, we can see you, hear you. We are all ears.
That's great. So waiting for the slide, right?
Yes, waiting for the slide. We have the slide up now. Good to go.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for having us. Happy to be here in the part of Caelestinus. So we're also working with emergency departments, but from radiology side of the question. Actually, the problems are quite clear. There are shortages of staff worldwide, and because of that, 9 out of 10 emergency departments face shortages of radiologists. And this leads to that up to 40% of chest and abdomen CT scans has at least one missed pathology. So we're tackling the problem of missed pathologies because all current solutions in AI space for emergency are usually focused on only on 1 or 2, maximum 3 different pathologies. So we developed a solution that is capable of finding up to 18 different pathologies at once, which helps for radiologists not only to process emergency type of pathologies within the space, but also to find the supplementary ones that usually can be missed. Imagine the situation when somebody comes with the rib fractures to emergency department, and radiologists usually have like 5 minutes and 60 patients more tonight to process, and will be precisely focused on the ribs, but can easily miss, for example, coronary calcium. And this coronary calcium should be also treated because it can lead to life-threatening diseases. And our solution helps to find such supplementary pathologies. And it benefits not only the patient, but also opens new revenue streams for the hospitals because these supplementary pathologies can be easily converted to additional sales within the hospital, increasing the average check by each patient. So yeah, we're based in Spain. We are closing our seed round. We have our first sales, and now in the process of getting our CE mark. We also have, besides in Europe, we also have operations in Brazil and in Kazakhstan. And our focus is on the United States market, and we'll tackle it next year. So yeah, happy to be here. Hope we'll find a lot of synergies with the IntraSystems. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you, Kirill. Maybe you can enter the market much sooner, given the resources and help you'll receive from Caelestinus and Caelestini. We heard about you from our mentors who said those guys know what they are doing. So let's hope the 4 months, close to 4 months that are ahead of you will help you grow and scale much faster. And finally, we have the very last team that is present in Prague. So it's my pleasure to welcome Zuni among our Caelestini 2025. And please, what are you after? What is Zuni?
Perfect. Thank you so much. And let me start off with showing gratitude for us being part of the Caelestinus program, which is a great pleasure for all of us. We at Bindworks focus on digital healthcare innovations, and we've been in the field and in the industry for more than 7 years, and we can understand well the needs and problems and bottlenecks of this whole process. And one of the inefficiencies we saw was with wound treatment and wound documentation. And this is why we created Zuni. Zuni is a wound management and documentation platform that allows you to easily scan and annotate the wound of the patient. Not only that, we collaborate with professionals, and it has been created with collaborations, for example, with wound management associations on the national and international level as well. And Zuni, in turn, gives you reproducible and comparable data, and you can do time series analysis on them. Currently, we are deployed in multiple hospitals in Czech Republic and Slovakia. We have north of 20 hospitals running or in negotiation as of now. And our goal with the Caelestinus program is to extend beyond the European Union, possibly to the US or the Middle East or other European countries are of interest for us. So thank you for having us, and also not to forget, for example, AI is my field of expertise as well, and it's something that is pretty hard to pilot in the healthcare industry, as you are met with different legislative and legal requirements. So we, for example, have successfully piloted a wound classification programs or other models that we are keen on implementing and getting them into production and use in the hospitals. So thank you for having us, and it's a great pleasure to see all of the other startups, and I think it's going to be a great journey together. Thank you.
Thank you. So Zuni is the last team to enter Caelestinus this year. Well, it's not entirely correct, because if you counted right, there were 23 pitches and introductions, and there is one more spot that will be awarded to the winners of the hackathon that is still going on in Singapore. So there'll be one more team, the winners. If you remember, we had winners from Prague, from the European Healthcare Hackathon, and there'll be also the winners of a healthcare hackathon in Singapore, joining Caelestinus' current batch. So that was it. 24 teams in total. You are among them, so it's a big clap to you because you made it out of 100. So that's amazing, guys. And that's all, folks. Maybe some final message, and I think that's the mission that we have in Caelestinus, and is to do good and do that well. And in everything, lots of you are implementing AI, but you should always think, is that for good? And am I doing it in the best possible way? And I think those two guiding questions should guide all of your efforts of growing, of scaling, of raising finance, of making it big. Because AI, it looks, will be everywhere soon. Will even treat us, will recommend, will be more and more present in all the stuff that's around us. And it's up to you how that future will look, whether it will be a good one or a future that will be worse than the present. I'm sure from what we heard, it will be a good future if you do it well. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Welcome to Caelestinus 2025. Thanks to all our partners. Thanks to all the team that made this happen. Thanks to those great guys behind the camera that I hope made a pretty good show. So I think they deserve a clap as well. Thanks, guys. And it's after party time. It's drinks and something, the food and networking here in Prague in the office. And there'll be lots of opportunity for us to network online starting tomorrow with our first call about Caelestinus. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Tomorrow we are starting, now I don't want to get the time right, I think 2 p.m. Central European time tomorrow. All information is on Discord. And it's been my pleasure to being your host together with our mascot, Caelestinus. What do you think, Caelestinus? Was that a good show? Yeah. Of course, silence means agreement. That's what we say, and Caelestinus cannot but agree. So before we turn into Skeletini, let's build some serious startups, guys. Welcome to Caelestinus 2025. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.